Today, we're going to talk about how to let go emotionally and mentally so that we can move on with our lives. Do you ever feel stuck, clinging to regrets, fears, or outdated beliefs? It's human nature to fight for things that matter to us. We might long for the past, wish that someone we love hadn't left us, or hold on to anger from the times that we were treated unfairly. But holding on to things and people we no longer have isn't good for us. It keeps us stuck in the memories of our past and prevents us from noticing and appreciating what we have now. Letting go can be tough, but it's often essential for growth and happiness. It means releasing attachment to things that no longer serve you, whether it's a person, place, or belief. While it can be painful, the benefits are often far-reaching and profound. In this video, we'll dive into the transformative power of releasing what no longer serves you, whether it's unhealthy emotions, limiting beliefs, or even clutter in your physical space. What does it mean to let go? In psychology, letting go means mentally releasing attachment to something. It's a type of accepting or stopping a struggle. You may also see it called non-attachment. This can be defined as a feeling of not being stuck or fixated on ideas, images, or objects. It also includes not feeling the need to acquire, hold, or avoid. For this video, letting go refers to the process of releasing emotions, thoughts, or behaviors that may be causing distress or hindering personal growth. Letting go is often associated with coping mechanisms, self-acceptance, and moving forward in life. Letting go isn't about forgetting or erasing the past, but rather about accepting it and moving forward. It's like letting go of a balloon you've been holding onto tightly. You release it and it floats away, leaving you feeling lighter and freer. Letting go of the past in general can be hard. But perhaps one of the hardest things to do in life is letting go of past trauma. One thing that makes it so hard is that persistently replaying traumatic events in your mind can seem to happen automatically. Researchers suggest that we ruminate on past trauma out of a desire to understand it or work through it. However, not only does this typically not help, but ruminating can make things worse by contributing to anxiety and depression. Breaking the cycle of rumination allows you to release negative emotions, thus reducing the burden they place on your mental and emotional well-being. In addition, breaking the cycle of repetitive thoughts of past traumas allows your mind to focus on the present and the future. Letting go of the past doesn't erase trauma, but it can help you heal and move forward by allowing you to detach or distance yourself from painful experiences. Letting go often also involves releasing guilt and shame. Sometimes the hardest person to forgive is yourself. Often we beat ourselves up over past mistakes, thereby reinforcing feelings of guilt or shame. Not only does this rumination tend to make things worse, but it also keeps you stuck in the past. Letting go of these painful feelings allows you to move forward and learn from your mistakes. Holding on to guilt and shame can contribute to chronic anxiety and depression. Releasing these emotions can alleviate these symptoms and improve your overall mood. In addition, when you let go of guilt and shame, you become more understanding and accepting of yourself, leading to increased self-compassion and self-esteem. Facing your mistakes and moving on from them builds emotional resilience and allows you to bounce back from setbacks more easily. Guilt can motivate you to learn from your mistakes and avoid repeating them in the future. By releasing the associated negative emotions, you can focus on the lessons learned and move forward with a positive mindset. But at times, guilt and shame can also be paralyzing, preventing you from taking action and achieving your goals. Releasing these feelings can free you up to pursue your dreams and aspirations with greater motivation and clarity. By letting go of guilt and shame, you can access a more open and creative mind, leading to better problem-solving skills and innovative solutions. Like guilt and shame, regret and resentment can keep you stuck in the past. Regret and resentment, if left unaddressed, can become formidable barriers to personal growth and well-being. Regret often keeps us fixated on what could have been, fostering critical self-talk and self-doubt. It can hinder the ability to learn from mistakes, trapping us in a cycle of self-blame and inhibiting our capacity to evolve. Similarly, resentment, particularly when directed at others, burdens us with persistent anger and harms relationships, leading to isolation and unresolved conflicts. Both regret and resentment contribute to increased stress and anxiety, limiting our outlook on the future and impeding our ability to pursue new opportunities. The inability to forgive and let go prevents the freedom that comes from moving beyond past grievances. Recognizing the detrimental impact of these emotions is crucial, and actively practicing self-compassion, forgiveness, and focusing on the present are essential steps in breaking free from the shackles of regret and resentment. How do we let go of grief and loss? When we think of grieving, we typically picture the death of a loved one. However, we can grieve many other types of loss, things like a job, a breakdown of a relationship, or changes in health. Just about any unexpected life change can trigger feelings of loss and grief. Letting go of the past is often presented as the key to healing after experiencing grief and loss. However, this can be complex and nuanced. First, grief is a process, not a single event. In addition, everyone goes through the process differently. It's important to remember that grief is a natural and healthy response to loss. Letting go involves accepting the reality of the loss, acknowledging the pain and grief, and gradually integrating the experience into your life narrative without being defined by it. How do we let go of unhealthy relationships? Leaving an unhealthy relationship can be incredibly difficult, even when it's clear that the relationship is causing you harm. Why is that? Stepping away from any relationship, even a bad one, involves venturing into the unknown. This can be scary and unsettling, as it means leaving behind the familiar, even if it's painful. For those of us with lower self-confidence, fear of the unknown can be intensified. When self-esteem and confidence are low, we tend to doubt our ability to find a healthier relationship. In addition, it's natural to fear loneliness. Humans are social creatures who crave connection. The thought of being alone can be daunting, especially if you've been in a relationship for a long time. This fear can make it tempting to stay in a relationship, even if it's unhealthy. So let's go over some things that can help you let go of unhealthy relationships. First, we need to recognize it. Sometimes people stay in unhealthy relationships because they deny or minimize the issues. Signs of an unhealthy relationship may include a lack of communication, criticism, manipulation, emotional or physical abuse, a pattern of disrespect, controlling behavior, and an overall imbalance of power. Look out for cycling between several extremes. In toxic relationships, People move back and forth from feeling love to feeling hate, from taking all the blame to forcing all the blame onto someone else, and from overstating things to minimizing concerns. Next, it can be helpful to clearly define and communicate your boundaries with the other person. This may involve limiting contact or setting specific guidelines for communication. Communicating your limits effectively helps protect your well-being and signals a commitment to self-respect. Establishing and reinforcing these boundaries reinforces the decision to prioritize your mental and emotional health, creating a foundation for a healthier and more empowered future. When you start to let go of the past, it can be a bit disorienting, like there's a void, which is why it's important to create a positive vision for the future. Cultivating a forward-looking perspective provides motivation, instills hope, and empowers us to shape our narrative, promoting resilience and a proactive approach to personal growth. Start by reflecting on your past experiences. Identify the aspects that no longer serve you. Instead of focusing on negativity, ask yourself what you learned from past experiences. Did they teach you resilience, compassion, or self-awareness? Use these lessons as stepping stones to growth. Next, clarify your core values and priorities. What truly matters to you? Understanding your values will guide your decisions and actions in creating a positive future aligned with what is meaningful to you. It can also be helpful to cultivate a growth mindset. A growth mindset is simply the belief that our basic abilities can be developed and improved through dedication and hard work. With a growth mindset, we embrace challenges as opportunities for growth. It enables you to see setbacks as learning experiences, and it encourages resilience when facing adversity. Lastly, celebrate your progress. Appreciate your accomplishments, no matter how small. This reinforces positive behavior and motivates you to continue working towards your goals. This video was all about letting go. First, we learned why it's so hard to heal from trauma and some techniques that can help. Then we explored some ways to help release difficult emotions, such as shame, guilt, regret, resentment, grief, and loss. Lastly, we learned some strategies to create a positive vision for the future, which helps us through the painful process of letting go. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and check out our free resources at berkeleywellbeing.com.